All right, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome. Welcome to Sunday Night Charts. It's Jim of All Trades here, coming to you live from Zeeland, Michigan. That's where I be. Where are you guys from? Let me know where you're from in the chat. Good to see you. I see Jay there, Crypto Fever. He's in the UK. I know where he is. Keith, I can't remember where you are. Are you in South Carolina? That may be wrong. I can't remember. Keith, where are you? I can't remember. Dang. Good to see you guys. There's Salvador. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Guys, we're going to look at Bitcoin tonight. We're going to do some analysis of what this wave structure is. And we'll see what's going on with the charts, guys. I'm pretty exhausted. I just got back from a competition, the Michigan State Amateur Championships. Did not place where I wanted to place, but that's okay. It was my first State Amateur Championships. And did the best I could. Came down with gout in my right thumb, so I was having a hard time gripping the disc. So it was a tough weekend, but had a lot of fun. Went camping and played a bunch of disc golf, met some people, and had a good time. All right, let me know the audio and video looks good. Guys, don't forget I'm not here. I'm not here to give you financial advice, just here to show you what I see in the market from an Elliott Wave perspective. All right. Happy Labor Day. All right, audio is good. Everything's good. All right, well, let's jump into the analysis, Brandon. I think I just answered that as far as the tournament. What's up, buddy? How you doing over there? Good to see you. Wrecked on Solana. Well, let's look at Solana real quick and see what Solana's doing, and see if I can give you a little bit of indication where it might be going here. No idea why this chart is white. Let's go SOL. There we go. I mean, that's down, brother. It's going down. That's a 3-day chart right there. Well, looks like we're coming down here. Simple way to look at it. If you're long and this thing is short, I mean, maybe there's a chance it comes up here and then down first. Maybe. Let's look at the 1 hour chart here. Guys, just taking a peek at Solana for Mr. Salvador so he didn't have to sit and wonder. What's your entry price, brother? What's your entry price? I know you say you're wrecked, but did I wait for a bounce? I mean, that may not be the answer, brother. 131. Wait a minute. It's only 129. How can you be wrecked with only a $2 move? If you're wrecked after a $2 move, something's wrong with your how much you're betting, buddy. Yeah. All right. Well, guys, let's jump into the analysis. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing here. So looking at the 3-day chart here, just seeing what's jumping out at me. Okay, what's jumping out at me is this is consolidating right here, like a correction does. At least that's the way it looks for now. Okay. the only way that's going to change, that look is going to change, is if we get the most steep and fast down move from this area, okay? Because then all of a sudden, boom, you got like that. Then all of a sudden, yeah, it no longer looks like a correction. We're looking like an impulse wave, okay? Something like that. In which case, you've got a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we're waiting for the waterfall. Okay, so that's the bearish look. That's a bearish consideration. Okay, but the way this has been created here, if you'll notice, is that on the 3-day chart, we came down and created hidden bullish divergence. Okay, you got hidden bull right here on the 4-hour. And then it broke back to the upside, but it broke out of the trend in the RSI. Okay, but then now it's been playing around here. So the question is, are we going to get that continuation move? Are we going to get a continuation move back to the upside, or is this going to keep rocking to the downside? So that's kind of where we are. Okay. Now I look at this and I'm thinking, man, it makes a lot of sense. Just looking at it, for this thing to give us an extended fifth wave. Okay. An extended fifth is a fifth wave that becomes either tied for the longest or the longest wave. There's an extension in the fifth, whereas in the first wave, but 1, 2, 3, 4, you don't have that extension. Now, well, I talked about it last time, and I'll talk about it again here. We have an extension in the fifth wave of the third wave. In other words, I count this wave just like this. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And there's an extension in the fifth wave, and you can see it there. So that's a fifth wave extension of this third wave. Okay. So the question is, you have another one just like it. If this is a third wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have an extension there in the fifth. It's longer than the third wave, so you get an extension. So the question is, are you going to get an extension here, where this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're looking for an extension, 1 to 1 of the previous of the move, starting at wave 1, the bottom of 1 to the top of 3. Okay, so there's a real possibility. Okay, so we'd be looking at this as a wave 4, and maybe an extension in the fifth. That extension, I would start off targeting a 1 to 1 extension between 1 and 3. So this is a bullish look. Okay, so that's a bullish look. Now, I know a lot of you bulls are thinking, "Yep, that's exactly what we want to see," but you got to understand that doesn't have to play. But that, I've given you some ideas here. I've given you some thoughts and say, yeah, the wave structure could be pointing that direction. We might have a clue in the RSI on the 3-day chart here, where we have hidden bullish divergence, okay, on this wave down, and we broke it up and out of the structure of the RSI, so the momentum is shifting. But right now, we need the follow through. We're not getting the follow through of the momentum, the buying momentum. So right now we've got some. we got the momentum shifting back to the downside here. And if it does, and it creates a lower low here, then we're going to look for a lower prices as well. So it's not going to be bullish anymore. But right now, we've got some bullish sentiment, kind of, sort of, on the 3-day chart. Okay, even though at present tense, the on the small time frame, the chart looks bearish. It's going down. Okay, now I'm not here to say it's bullish. I'm not here to tell you we're definitely going up and we're going to get that extension in the 5th. It's impossible for me to predict the future. I can simply say, hey, wave structure seems to be pointing to an upward direction, potentially. At least that's one way to look at the wave structure. We're going to look at the wave structure in a bearish way as well, where if I look at the waves a little differently, it'll give us a move. It'll give us a look to the downside. Okay. What's being said here? I'm not sure I understand your point, Zigzag. John, bull market may be over. It could be bearish. Of course, you know me. I've been talking bearish and bullish for a while. Just trying to catch up in the chat here, guys. So that's the first look here. It looks like this is flagging out. This is a potential 4th wave that's finished, and watch out for an extension in the 5th that takes us. It may take a little while. It may take a while to develop before we get the pop to the high. As the title of tonight's video says, we could be ranging until the election. The market doesn't like uncertainty, and so right now it's uncertain. And because it's uncertain, we might be in a more of a risk-off environment until the election is over. Once the election is over, then we may be more of a risk-on environment once we know who our president's going to be of the United States and what his policy is going to be for crypto. So I kind of think that we're actually poised for some more downside, potentially, or at least sideways action for a while. Now, let me show you some other things that could happen here. All right. Another semi-bullish way to look at this wave. However, it's semi-bullish. It's more of a fake out. It's more of a market maker special here, where you get a 5th wave, but it's not extended. It's just, it goes up and takes the high out. So we go up here, we take the high out. Maybe it goes up in some kind of an ending diag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that, right? Where it just goes up, takes the high. Maybe it's not an ending diag at all. Maybe it's just a 5-wave impulse. Takes the high. Gets everybody kind of bullish. And then all of a sudden, we get a multi-year bear market. It takes us back down to real support. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. 3-wave pullback. It takes years for that to play. So that means the price ranges within this current area right here for years. All right. Creating a liquidity zone, creating maybe an accumulation zone for the real price breakout of crypto years to come from now. All right. So that may be in the works. And so in other words, we have an impulse wave here. We go up, maybe we hit 80K, 85, 86K. We fall short of the 100K target. And then maybe we get a three-wave pullback. That, again, takes years to develop. We zoom out to look at that. What would that be? It would simply be, could simply be, a wave 1 and a wave 2 to the upside, where this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Maybe. Three-wave pullback. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1, 2, 3, or ABC or whatever. It's another three-wave move. In other words, this is a wave 1, and we get a wave 2, or a wave A, and we get a wave B, and then that takes years to develop. Years. So that's a semi-bullish look here, where we go up and take the high out. I'm not a big fan of that count, but certainly something to consider, nonetheless, from a wave structure standpoint. Now, for a bearish look at this market, we can say, hey, we're getting a really ugly A, B, now C. We need a C wave. And this thing needs to turn impulsive. It needs to start coming down impulsively. Let's get this. Something like that. Where we just dump. Now, if we get that, it may not happen, the dump may not happen immediately. We may stay in this zone here until the election. Okay, remember, this is a 3-day chart. The election isn't that far away. The election is right here. And it's possible that we have some kind of a or W. That could be a W wave. We could say that's an X wave right there. So there's X. Now we're looking for Y. We have boom. Maybe this goes up here and then down. And there's your Y wave. Okay. So we play and we pump into the election. Maybe this takes longer, or maybe we dump into the election, shoot, and then we get a pump after that. As soon as the election's over, we start getting a pump out of that. And so that would be another way to look at this wave structure, that this is corrective in some fashion. It could be the A wave or the W wave of a larger three-wave correction, a larger multi-year bear market, where this is a W, we get an X wave back to the upside, and then we get another long, drawn-out Y wave. That comes down to real support. Go back to the 3-day. You can see how that might look. Okay, it comes down to real support. Real support is right here. That zone right there. And ultimate price support is right here. So anywhere from 7 to 20K is real price support. Would not be surprised to see a three-wave move coming down to that area if it wanted to. Remember, price will often go where you expect it to go, just not in the way you expect it. And you have to remember that there were all kinds of people when this wave was going down. All kinds of people saying we need to go down to 10K, 12K range, 10 or 12K, even 6 to 8K, depending on who you're talking to. Now, the reason those are key areas is because they're areas of real support. Okay, real support. Okay, right, real support of the troughs where the wave has bounced in the past. So as this was coming down, it found this area right here at $37, $3,000. Okay, the very bottom, about $3,000. So that area right there has two major bounces from that zone. Okay. We have quite a bit of price history in this area right here, the $6,000 to $8,000 range. So these are areas of real support. Now, you'll notice we have a major turnaround right here between 15 and I would say 32K range right here. That's an area of real importance. So, in fact, you'll notice that we have a trough here, okay, at the tops of waves here. We could mark the 30K range as the top of real support. And if it goes down, we can find some real support here at 15 to 16K, and ultimately find its support somewhere between $4,000 and $10,000. Okay, that's final support. Now, how would price get down here? Well, it could go impulsively. It could come down impulsively. Boom. In which case, it would come down fast and furious. So we've already become a downward trend. We get a little pullback and continuation, pullback, continuation. And we get down to this area right here. All right, so that's a bearish look to the ultimate macro count. I'm not sure I like that right now. That still could play. It's still on the table, but I'm not sure that I'm a giant fan of that count. So what do you do when you don't know where the market's going? What do you do? How do you trade it? Number one, you wait. You don't trade long-term investment when the market is ranging, and you can see that we've been going sideways right in here in a range for quite a bit. Now, we did come down and take liquidity, so this created a range. Price came down and took the liquidity here and bounced back up into the range. It follows that we're testing the bottom of the range again at this point. We could see a bounce back to the upside that gives us that bullish look we were talking about. Okay, that, in other words, come get a liquidity grab up here, whether it's a big extended wave like I shared earlier, or it's a wave that takes us, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 85, 86K. It's a good area to talk about, and then maybe we get a dump after that, back down. So we take liquidity below, we take liquidity above. All right, and then we come back down and take all the liquidity down here, and we find some real areas of support. So I think as I look at this wave, those are the things that I'm thinking about and watching. Okay, I don't know where the price is going, but I think there's uncertainty within this market. I think there's some fear in general as to market collapse. Okay. Most smart people looking at the charts, yes, they're making money. Yes, price is going up, but it's going up like a bubble. And bubbles get popped. And when they pop, especially market bubbles, there's a sell-off that's fast and furious. It takes back all the profits so fast. And so smart guys are positioning themselves in cash at the tops of these waves as we develop a sentiment of reaching a potential top soon. The big boys are smart guys that I listen to are waiting for an economic collapse in the United States and a global collapse that's going to have real devastation to the markets as we know them. And I don't know how crypto is going to fare within that. It may be part of the entire collapse where all the markets, even crypto, has a major downward move, okay, a major correction. So we can see these corrections and the potential for them on the chart at the moment, and we can talk about them and prepare ourselves for them. But when we don't know where it's going, what do you do? How do you track the wave, and how do you trade? How do you make any money in this environment? Well, trade small time frames and get in and out of the market quickly, and don't be greedy. Don't over leverage yourself, and don't be greedy. As long as you don't over leverage yourself and you take your profit on a regular basis, yeah, and constantly looking for new shorter trades within the small time frame trend, that's where you're going to thrive the best, in my opinion. Okay, that's where I thrive, at least, as long as you're trading with the current movement of the market. Now, let's go down to the 30-minute and just look at this wave and say, okay, what could this wave be doing on the 30-minute mark? Well, what are the features of this structure right here, and what would that lend itself? Well, just looking at it, I don't like to say that this is A, B, C, or W, X, Y, though it could be that. I don't like that because this looks out of proportion to this wave. I'm not a big fan of that wave and the way it looks. It looks much more like we have a 3, 3, 5, a flat here, where this is some kind of an A wave or a 1 wave. Okay, so that's a 1 or an A. And then we have a 3, 3, 5 B wave, looking for a C wave or a wave 3, a 3 or a C. Okay. Shh, cat. Sorry. No. That's my cat trying to get up on me. Hadn't seen me in 5 days, so. So it could go up as a C wave. I didn't. Sorry, this could be a wave 2 or a B. This could be a wave 3 or a C up here. Sorry. So I kind of look at this wave thinking, yeah, that's a real possibility. Now, is it possible that that's wrong? Yeah, this could be A, B, C, or W, X, Y right there, and we have a finished correction, and this is just going to give us the 3-wave pullback with continuation. All right, so let's zoom back out here. I'll remove my drawings and say, okay. So which is it? How do you interpret this wave going up? Well, you might say, again, this is we can look at this and say, okay, this is A, B, C, or W, X, Y, and that's finished. Okay. In which case, that would be correcting this move down right here. 3-wave pullback, and now we're looking for another move down like that. Okay. Or we could say, no, we have 3 waves here, and so this is boom, 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 which could go up, take the highs. Yes, that's very possible. Okay, this could come down a little further and then go up and take the highs. Or it could just be 3 waves taking the highs and then coming back down for another wave. In which case we would say, okay, we've got boom, Boom. So, what we're saying to just kind of, how do we say it? Narrow the price structure down here. This could be ABC. Now, I think it's got more down to go. I think we're going to take out liquidity below this wave in that zone right here. So I think 55K, 54K, 55K is real possible. The other possibility, actually, sorry, if that plays, this is bullish. Up we go. Whether we go up for 3 and then back down, we'd have that bullish wave and then down. Or this gets real fast and furious and we get that extended wave we were talking about. Okay, so those are bullish ways of looking at this particular local area. Now, the bearish way is, I'm not a huge fan of this, but this could be a 3-wave move. This is an impulse. We get a 3-wave pullback, and then we're going to continue down. All right, so there it is, guys. There's the analysis of the wave structure. I can't tell you what it's going to do, but here's what you can do to protect yourself, or at least to prepare your trade. Okay. What you're going to want to do is do some trend line analysis, and when trend lines get broken, you change your sentiment to match the direction of the breaks. Okay. So right now we have a break to the downside. We got a 3-wave pullback and then a continuation. So we're bearish at the moment, and we need to be bearish because this wave is bearish in nature. Okay. However, if we draw a counter trend line to that wave that's currently being made, this could break back to the upside and break that trend line and cause you to continue thinking, hey, maybe this wave is finished. Jim was right. We're going to go up now and take the next part of the wave. All right. So if we break this trend line here to the upside, boom. We want to see if we get a lower low, or if this is just going to pull back and continue. That's what you want to watch for. Secondly, you're going to draw a second trend line, and if it breaks that one, you're going to be even more bullish. So if we break this one, we're like, ooh, that's a little bullish for this particular wave. Then if it breaks this one to the upside, then you're getting a little bit more bullish compared to this wave here. We're looking for something like this. So watch for these trend line breaks. Then the ultimate break you want to see, if you see it, is this top one right here. If we break that, oh buddy, all bets are off for a little while at least. I think 85 to 86K is on the table without a lot of pullback. Okay. Now I am supremely tired right now. I'm just absolutely tired. That's kind of the analysis for me, and that's how I'm going to be trading the market. At least, of course, I trade the smaller time frame, so I don't care if it's up or down right now. But And right now I've been trading Ethereum back and forth, so I'm a fan of Ethereum, and I like trading it. So let's take a peek at gold and silver, because I didn't do it last week like I wanted to. Let's look at the S&P market and the NASDAQ, and let's take a peek at the DXY, and let's just call it a night. So let's kind of give an overview of the entire market here. So looking at the overall market, starting with the DXY, you'll notice that my idea here did not play. So let me remove this. So okay, what do we got going on here? What is the wave structure that's happening here? Now, yeah, check out Chemo's website, guys, or his YouTube channel. He's got some videos up. He said he just posted. How's the DXY looking? We got push number 1. Oh, come on. This is the 3-day chart. Push number 1, push number 2, push number 3, potentially. All right. So what's happening here? This looks like 3 waves right there. This appears to be 3 waves. We could get a flat here where we jump up here, boom, and then come down. So we get a spike between now and maybe the election, and then down we go. That's not bad. Trying to think of anything else that could be happening here. You could have a simple 1, 2, and now you got 1, 2, and we're in the process of coming down. If this starts dumping, okay, that's DXY. Let's look at the S&P. S&P, man, she's pulling back and then rallying. Okay, so we haven't created what I would call a standard 4th wave yet, though we did have some hidden bullish divergence right here. So the S&P has hidden bullish divergence. It's going up to make another high. Would not be surprised to see this spike kind of start getting parabolic here, spiking. But it's prepping for, once it finishes, for the dump of a lifetime, guys. So the question is, how far is it going to go up? It's anybody's guess, but if I had to guess, I mean, 65K wouldn't be unreasonable. 7,000 wouldn't be unreasonable either. You can see we're starting to go parabolic. Starting to get parabolic here. Now, I wonder if this is going to be a big wave 4 So we get a multi-year correction, and then we get another spike after that later, and that becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So do we get a correction here? Just a multi-year correction? Maybe. And prep for the market to. All right, let's look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ looks a little bit more done than S&P. I like the shape of the NASDAQ as an impulse much better. But we could also have a wave 4. This could be what 1, 2. All of this could be wave 3. We're going to get a wave 4, and then we're going to get a wave 5. So looking for a moderate dump. Maybe we get a rebound and during the pump year, during the Trump years, right? No, that dump right there that's a 2-week chart. That's a 2-week chart. That dump right there would be over the next the rest of the decade, and then we start getting a pump after that. Is maybe in 2030. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking at this like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ready for this 4th wave. Come down to the 4th of the previous degree. It'll be a dump, but it won't be a crash to the bottom. It'll be so that's the way NASDAQ looks. You could also interpret it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Waiting on this one. 5 to finish. 5's done. 3-way pullback. Either way, looking for a correction. Looking for a correction. So the next several decades potentially going to be bearish. Bear market times. Next several decades. That means you guys need to learn to trade in a bear market. If you're just buying and holding stocks, it's been easy to do that in the stock market up to this point. Yeah, I think his last years, the last presidency though, was just marked by uncertainty over him, and now I think the world is. I think the United States is just screaming for him to be the president because they want to go back to a business-like mentality. They're just overwhelmingly tired of the inflation and tired of the way things are going, and they see him potentially as one who's going to break the status quo. And so I have a feeling he might be bullish for the market, for a while, maybe. And then we see after his presidency a crash that comes. So I don't know. I'm just guessing here. Okay, guys, that's kind of where we are. Let's look at gold and silver quick. Gold and silver. Here's gold. Still going strong. I'm waiting. I mean, this is gonna start. It's kind of going straight up, really, which I don't like. It means we're due for a correction, but maybe this starts to go parabolic as well. But gold looks, could be getting a correction here. So this might be time for a correction unless this wave is going to be much bigger. 1, 2, 3, maybe this is the beginning of a wave 3. You might argue that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get a pullback, continuation. So, but we're still bullish in a bullish wave. How it's going to go exactly, it's hard to say, but I'm bullish on gold. Silver, I've been bullish on silver. However, this is a beautiful three-wave pullback. Boom, boom, boom. So the question is this a three-wave pullback? And are we going to get this bigger pullback before we go up? That's a real possibility. Or is this just going to start rocking here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Pull back bigger. Go. It's going to start just going. I think wave structure is pointing up in general. Up is the general direction of the wave. Well, guys, there it is. That is the analysis for tonight. It is... it's a mixed bag, guys. It's a mixed bag. We need to check back in next Sunday and see what the wave is doing. But I think there's a real chance right now. There's uncertainty in the market, and that is a risk-off type of environment. And so we may be ready to see some pullbacks in crypto. However, I think the timing of the election and the sentiment around the election in markets is going to be critical this year for when things go bad. And we know 2025 may be a dangerous time. So we'll see what's coming. Geopolitics and war and potential leadership changes. These are all things that the market is finicky about. So let's see what the market makers haven't planned for this time of uncertainty. Just be careful with your money, guys. The market could go up or down. I don't know what the liquidity grab is. I don't know what the plan for the liquidity grab is, but you got to watch out for the market makers to take your money. If you're making good money, don't forget to take your profit, and so as to get de-risk a little bit. So, all right, guys, we're going to call it a night. I'm pretty exhausted. Thanks, Kimo, for hanging out. Check out Kimosabi's channel, guys. Just click on his name, and it'll take you right there. So, hope you all have a great night. Thanks for joining me tonight. We'll talk to you the next live. Talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.